Welcome to Caldwell County Today. I'm Paige Counts, Public Information Officer for Caldwell County. Joining me today is April Austin with the Senior Center. Welcome, April.
Thank you for having us back. It's been a while.
It has been a while, but as usual, you've got a lot of events going on.
We have, and we haven't been able to get here to do this, so I'm glad we were able to squeeze in some time and get some more information out, some things we've got going on this new year.
Awesome. So, you have been working for a while with computer training, not just computers, but technology, yes. I guess is a better word.
We decided a while back that we really wanted to expand our offerings in technology skills, digital education. And we have partnered with the AARP Foundation. We received a grant, and we're offering a program called Digital Skills Ready at 50+. And so one of the things that means is our senior center services, technology-wise and anything else, are open to anybody 50 and older in the county. But we're offering digital skills classes to get people into the digital world. If you haven't dove in and embraced that digital world, or if you are kind of on the edge and maybe you're trying some things but you're a little uncomfortable, we're offering a huge variety of programs that are helping people to do that. So we do a little bit of everything, and we do lectures, we do workshops, and we do actual courses. So for lectures, it's really just you come and learn about a topic that maybe has some interest to you. If you are in one of our workshops, we actually do hands-on, and it may be a hands-on if it's a smartphone workshop. You can bring your smartphone and work on your device, or maybe it's a workshop on Google Docs, and you don't have to have a device. We have those for you. We have Chromebooks available for everybody in the class so that they can learn how to use some of these programs. And just a couple of things, they're typically, our classes are on Mondays at 10, and we're offering our first one in January the 9th, that we're actually doing how to choose a new computer. So you want to go buy a computer, but you don't know what you need or how to do that. We're going to kind of give you some tips and tricks on what different options are out there, first of all, what kind of things you can buy, the different types of computers. And when we say computers, you're looking at more than just your desktop computer or a laptop. Maybe it's a tablet. We're going to talk to you about some of those different devices and what you want to know, and maybe what you need to know about things that you want to consider before you purchase one. So we give you that. We're going to offer a lecture on P2P payments, and that's something we had a lot of our seniors start to ask about. What is this? What do I hear about? And so we had people who come in and say, I don't know what that means, and we want to kind of explain what those different services are and how you use them and how they might be a benefit to some of our seniors. And I know a lot of this holiday season, a lot of people were saying, I have grandchildren that I wanted to send money to, and they're like, you can just send it to me from Cash App or Venmo or some of these things, and we want to kind of explain what those are and how they work. And we're also going to do some about startup programs. So we're doing a lot of things. We have a lot of our seniors who want to do internet businesses or Etsy stores, things like that. So we're offering some things on that. We have coming up a little bit later in the year, we're going to be doing some working with Google Docs. So you're going to do a couple of day sessions on how to use Google Docs, and that's a free word processing that we're going to do. We do Google Workspace. We are doing smartphone classes. We just have an immense amount of things, and we're going to be doing some Chromebook and tablet classes coming up as well. So,
all super helpful information. And I was thinking, as you mentioned, how to buy a computer. A lot of times we think the more expensive, the better the computer, but it may not meet our needs.
It may not, and it may be more than you need, because there's some things depending on what you want to do with that device. You may not need as much of a computer as somebody does doing something else. So we talk about, are you just wanting a device for social media and email, keeping up with your family, surfing the internet, shopping online, or do you want something more for digital photography or gaming, a lot of different things, and we talk about what you may need, or do you want to start a new business in your retirement and work online, and we kind of touch base on some of those things and what you may need, and expensive is not necessarily better. So we try to work with that and help people figure out what might be their best option.
From computers to pets. I don't know how we make that leap, but
we have so much. I just threw everything in there today. So pet therapy. It's our favorite thing. We've been working through Therapy Dogs International, and we have a certified pet therapy dog who comes and spends some time with us 2 days a month. She comes on the first Wednesday of the month at 11 and the third Wednesday of the month at 1. And Casey is our therapy dog, and Kathy Coyle is her handler, and we're really excited. It's just a chance for you, maybe you've had to move into an apartment and you don't get to spend time with animals anymore, and you love dogs, and it just brightens your day. Maybe you have pets at home and it's just nice to visit with one anyway. For those of us that work there, I have plenty of dogs at home, but I still get really excited on Wednesdays when Casey's coming because I get to pet another dog while I'm at work. But it's a lot of fun, just something that kind of brightens people's days, and we love having Kathy and Casey with us. And Casey announces herself when she comes in the door. We know she's there. She lets us know she's come to work. And so she visits with our participants while she's there, and Kathy, and so it's been a lot of fun for us. We've been doing it now actually for about a year that we've done the pet therapy visits, so they're pretty popular, and we're super excited to have them as part of our group.
I imagine they're very popular. I know when our canines come in, the ones that work with our community paramedics, it's always really exciting to get to see them and pet them, and it's kind of relaxing.
Yeah, we're going to talk about them in a little bit too. Sort of in a roundabout way, but we do have them occasionally too.
You also, every month, have something from Via Health.
Yes, and we do, and it's something I think is so beneficial because mental health is such a big issue for people, and I think that we don't focus on our own mental health enough, but we also are all in contact with someone who is dealing with their own mental health concerns in one way or another. And Via provides an educational series on the first Friday of every month at 10 o'clock. And they offer just a huge variety of topics from enhancing mental health with alternative therapies. They talk about hoarding. They talk about different types of either schizophrenia, how medication impacts your mental health, just so many different topics. And it's something that's really beneficial. And I think that's something people may not be aware that this is, not only are they free, but they're open to anyone. So you don't have to be a senior to attend these. If you're working in a setting where you need CEUs, they provide CEUs for these courses, and it's just a location that you can come to do these classes. But they are fantastic. They're done by the geriatric and adult mental health specialty team, and they are just phenomenal presenters and trainers, so it's an excellent resource for the community, and we're really proud to have worked with them for a number of years to be able to offer these trainings. It's something we're very proud of that we do.
All I see is a movie reel and popcorn, so I'm guessing you might be showing some movies.
We are. We have acquired a movie license, so we can't get too detailed on here about what we're doing, but we do offer multiple times a month. We have 3 Fridays in January that we have movie and popcorn, and a couple of Thursdays that we do some movie and popcorn. So if you are interested in coming to see a free movie, you can call us and we will tell you what we're showing, or you can come to the Senior Center and see the posters. So a lot of rules with movie license about advertisement and how you do that. So, but we are doing that just to have something a little different to do, something through the winter too, something fun. So we are showing movies several times a month, so we can share that information with you if you give us a call or you get our newsletters or our flyers about some more specifics on what those movies might be if you're interested in attending those.
And you might just be a movie buff and just show up and see what it is.
That's okay too.
Another thing, and we talk about Medicare a lot.
Always.
But you have a Medicare workshop coming up on the 19th of January.
And I think people don't always realize we do Medicare year-round. That's why we talk about it year-round. We hear so much about Medicare during the open enrollment period from October to December, which we just finished. But we do. People are becoming Medicare eligible every day. Every single day. And so we offer that counseling, and we do what we call Medicare 101. numerous times a year because people are turning 65 every day, and we encourage people to come to that before they're 65 so they'll know about the choices that they need to make and the decisions. But our workshop in January is going to be Thursday, January the 19th at 5:30. So we do try to do some of those in the evening. So if you are still working, you'll be able to do that. It'll answer a lot of those questions about what all the stuff is you're getting in the mail and what you need to do and what the time frame you need to do it in. And we welcome people who are already on Medicare. If they just don't understand everything, can come to these. If they're getting ready to turn 65, or maybe you're helping a spouse or a loved one who is going to be turning 65 and going on Medicare, and it's just a really broad overview of all the different parts and pieces and what they do and how they work. And we talk about the low-income subsidy programs, so perhaps you may qualify for some programs that help you with your Medicare costs that you're not aware of. We go over those and the difference in all the different types of plans and what those advertisements you see on television and get in the mail and what's legitimate and what's not and what's available in our area. I think that's something people don't always realize, is that just because you see an advertisement for a plan on television doesn't necessarily mean it's available in the area that you live in. So we kind of go over all those different things. And then we do still have counselors who are available by appointment to meet with people one-on-one at any point during the year.
So a lot of really good information for folks to deal with Medicare, because, I mean, from the outside looking in, it just looks like one confusing mess to me.
It does. And I know I have people who actually attend the workshops 2 or 3 times. They start coming before they turn 65, and they'll sometimes attend 2 or 3 times because it takes a while for all those different parts and pieces to make sense and to be able to figure out what everything is and what you do. So we're always there to help, and those are great courses. So
as we age, we need to stay healthy, and one of the ways we're doing that is blood pressure screening.
So back to our community paramedics and some therapy dogs that they have. We do work with the community paramedics through Caldwell County EMS, and they do blood pressure checks for us on the second Wednesday of every month at 9:30. And we're so grateful for that partnership because they're wonderful, and they do the blood pressure checks too, and can offer some tips and some information if your blood pressure is not where it should be, on things you need to do, and calling your doctor, maybe what you need to tell them. And also, from time to time, they do bring Jules with them. So we've had Jules at the senior center too, and we also love her. So she's the therapy dog, or one of them. I think there's two now. We have not got to meet the new one at the senior center yet.
Right.
So Siren.
Siren.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've personally met Siren, but not at the senior center. So hopefully one day we'll get to have them both. But we do. We love having that relationship with the community paramedics and to be able to do that. And we did choose Wednesdays. Wednesday's one of our busier days, so we have a lot of people in, and they're there to kind of check blood pressures. They're usually there for about 30 minutes or so. And so we're glad to be able to do that and offer that service.
Another service you offer very regularly is the Living Will Workshop.
Yes. This is one of our probably most in-demand workshops, to be honest. We have partnered with Amorum, formerly Caldwell Hospice and Palliative Care, for those who may not know, for a number of years to do advanced care planning workshops. So we do living wills and healthcare power of attorneys. We have notaries on site who can notarize those documents for you if you're ready to do them at that time. But they provide their staff who go over the forms and can go over them line by line, so you know exactly what you're completing, what you're filling out, and how to make those decisions about your living will and your healthcare power of attorney. And it's such an important thing to have. And I tell people all the time that it's too late to get a healthcare power of attorney or a living will when you actually need them. So it's something you do want to be proactive and plan for, because once you're at the point that you need that assistance, you're likely not able to complete the paperwork and do that anymore. So it's free to anyone in the community who wants to come. We welcome family members to come with people doing them. So if they have questions or want to know information about them, we offer every month on the second Thursday at 1:30. It is limited by space, so we ask that people register. by calling the senior center. We do try to get that to make sure we have enough space, primarily because we do need to have enough witnesses and notaries to make sure we get those documents done. But it's just really a great service, and hospice has been such a good partner for us in doing that. So we provide the notaries and they provide the instructors, and then actually even sometimes they help us provide notaries as well with their volunteers, depending on the size of our group. So it's been wonderful. It's a great service, and it's really a great gift to your family to have these documents in place, so that if something does happen and you're not able to make your medical decisions, that's already set up and in place, and everybody knows what's going to happen.
And sometimes you need those before for short term.
Yes.
So, something to think about, going ahead and doing.
Yes, absolutely. I have mine. So it's something I think everybody should have, no matter what your age.
And here's a fun thing: dessert with the director.
Yeah, this is our fun thing. One of the things that I feel very strongly about is hearing from our participants. I want to hear from the people who use our center about what they want us to offer and what they want us to provide. And we maybe can't always do everything, but a lot of our best programs come from these little sessions, and we provide dessert, and we talk about ideas and activities, programs, things that we're able to do and what you want us to do, because maybe there's a new exercise class you've heard of that you want to try, or maybe there's a new healthcare issue that you don't know much about that you want to learn about, and we try to offer those different programs. And actually, the next thing we're going to talk about came from one of these. So just so you know, we do listen, and we actually, when people share those, a lot of our programs we put on our monthly calendar come from feedback we get from the participants at these. It's just a time. We're doing it Friday, January 20th at 10 o'clock. It's also an optional virtual program. So if you're at home and you want to listen in or chime in, you can let us know, and we can send you a Zoom link, and you can participate by Zoom, or you can come in person and do that with us.
Great time to give your feedback. And since this is a program that came out of that, sugar and salt alternatives, which I find odd that we're talking about right after we talk about dessert.
I know, in that, well, we might have a healthy dessert this time, just to follow in. But we had a lot of people asking. We hear a lot about people wanting to learn more about healthy eating and eating with diabetes or eating with high blood pressure, heart conditions, different things. And someone had said, it would be nice to have a program to learn more about alternatives that you can use when you need, how many of us have been told to eat less sugar? Probably everybody. Probably everybody at some point has heard that, or to eat less salt. And so we are going to be doing a program on the January 27th, which is a Friday at 10, with Christy Money and Julie O'Keefe from Caldwell County Health Department. So we do a lot of community partnerships to get these programs, but they're health educators with the health department. And they're going to come and talk to you about some alternatives to those salt and sugar additives that we all want to try to avoid. I mean, it's January. We all know we want to try to be healthier. Keep those New Year's resolutions going.
Because we've probably been really bad over the holidays.
We probably have. I'm not going to admit to it.
I'm not going to confess anything here on TV, but...
And sugar's in so many things, and salt. They're just in so many things, and trying to avoid them can be tricky. So they're going to give us some tips and what we can do instead. I think we all know there's things we could do better, so they're going to tell us how we can do that, and hopefully still make it taste good, because we know that's important too.
That's very important. Very important. And you started during those terrible COVID days with virtual programming, and you're still doing that.
We are. We're back. We're fully back open, operational for in-person, but we have added to what we did before more virtual opportunities that are ongoing. We do 3 days a week. We have virtual exercise classes that are offered, so you can take them in person or you can take them on Zoom, same class. But we do senior cardio, strength, and balance classes that are offered on Zoom. We found a lot of people just didn't want to, as we're filming this, the weather is terrible. It's very, very rainy and yucky. And people say, I don't necessarily want to get up and drive to the senior center. So they're able to do the exercise class at home. It's the same class they attend in person, so they're able to do that. or maybe they just don't drive anymore, or it's too far. They don't want to do it every day. So we try to keep those options, but we do have the virtual exercise classes. We do phone bingo. So for phone bingo, you don't even need a computer. You just need a phone. Any phone. It can be a cell phone. It can be a landline. Doesn't matter. We do phone bingo once a month, Thursday, January the 12th at 10 o'clock. And what we do, if you have never played with us, we actually mail you your cards. So you need to sign up, and we send you your bingo cards in the mail. And we call in, everybody calls into a conference line, and we call bingo and chat and have a good time, and you still win prizes. So it's a lot of fun. It's good for people, again, who maybe don't get out, don't want to get out so much, just looking for something extra to do. And again, no computer necessary. So that was one of the things we heard when we started our virtual programs was, well, I don't have a computer. So we tried to come up with some options for people that don't have computers. And then again, our Dessert with the Director, we already mentioned, but that's a virtual option this month as well. So
lots of opportunities. And because this is January, I think we need to remind folks about your winter weather. How do you deal with that? Should we have snow, sleet, ice, any of that terrible weather?
So the easiest way to know anything about those is to either be on our email list or follow us on Facebook, because those are the first two places information like that's posted, as far as if we're closed for weather or if we are something like that. We always follow the Caldwell County Schools until they sort of changed and now have this virtual option that may or may not work for us. So if the Caldwell County Schools are closed, we're probably closed as well. If the Caldwell County Schools are virtual, then it sort of depends on the situation. But we do announce it on Facebook, and then we put it on our voicemail as well. So you can call in to the center and check the voicemail to see if we're open for that day if there's question about the weather. But the fastest way to get that information is through Facebook and the email list, so that we can do that.
Great. And again, April, remind us of the phone number for people to register for classes or just get more information.
So our phone number is 828-758-2883. You can call that to get the information, register for the classes. You can also, we have an option now that you can register for classes online. If you have one of our scan cards that you check in at the front desk when you come in, you can go to myactivecenter.com and you can register for programs online. And if you need more information about how to do that, we'll be glad to teach you how to go through that program. We also have our website, which has a list of our events are posted on there, our newsletters and other information, which is caldwellseniorcenter.org. So there's lots of different ways to get that information.
Lots of different ways to get the information. Lots of things going on in January. And we're going to hope you have good weather throughout.
Well, let's hope. We don't really want to be closed for weather.
Good weather throughout January. So thank you for being here, April.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching Caldwell County Today.